Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Outer Wilds. Um, so, when I booted up the game, it notified me that they have a function for spooks for Echoes of the Eye. So, apparently, there might be some jump scares ahead. I still don't know anything about it, but I figured I might warn you because the game was kind enough to warn me. Um, it also mentioned that there's a new exhibit in the museum, and so I suspect that maybe I hadn't fully booted it up last time. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it didn't show up before. But I figure now that we've started a new loop, we we ought to go and check that out. And in retrospect, I should have flown my ship, or at the very least grabbed my suit. But oh well, that's fine. What was that? That's something to keep in mind. There's a blinky red light. That's new. Maybe that's related to the new exhibit. Oh, hello. Hey, look at this. The statue opened its eyes. I bet you wish you'd seen that happen, huh? Me too. Not even a little close to understanding what's going on with the statue. Uh, no, thanks. I'm good. Oops. Dang it. Sorry, I was just telling us about how Feldspar disappeared. Maybe Hal is intrigued as well by the statue. She's about to come find you. Look, 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 you gotta see this. The Nomai statue's eyes are open. They used to be closed. Probably should have started with that. And now they've opened. We're not sure why they opened, since no one actually saw it happen, but this is huge news. Should someone tell Gabbro, or maybe Rybeck? Oh, stars, this is exciting. It's making my stomach hurt. Yeah, we'll just, Hey, that looks like that could be a blinky red light. We'll just leave them to wonder, I suppose. Radio tower here on Timber Hearth was built to receive transmissions from our deep space satellite, and to this day it still houses the first ever photos taken of the entire solar system. These photos were made possible by the deep space satellite's unusual vertical orbit that carries it high above and below the plane of the solar system. Thanks to a recent upgrade, the deep space satellite is now responsible for generating the real-time solar system map used by our newest astronauts. Right, so got that. Let's just make sure there aren't any other new It only mentioned one, so I'm pretty sure we're good. I just figure we might as well while we're here. Okay, cool. All right, let's head off into space. They mentioned that there's a radio tower here on Timber Hearth. Oh, this may be bad. Yeah, that was bad. Ow. That's fine. We'll heal up at the ship. So yeah, apparently there's a radio tower somewhere that seems like it's maybe a good place to investigate. And I imagine that's probably what that blinky red light was the deep space satellite. Oh, right. I already got them from the, Wait, did I just die? Or have you had a bad dream or something? Don't ask. I want to ask how you got the codes, so hurry up and launch before Hornfels decides to grounding for medical reasons. I want to see whether or not the new cockpit stays attached during liftoff. Thanks for the reassurance. The cockpit may spontaneously detach itself. Of course, you can do that manually, but yeah, that's probably not a wise, not a good design. Health and fuel full. Good. Okay. I also found out you can roast marshmallows. Like, I knew you could roast marshmallows because you could do that in the alpha, which I played many, many years ago. But apparently, roasting marshmallows will heal you, and they heal more health depending on how perfectly you cook them. Which oh, it's delightful. That's a delightful little thing. Okay, so looking for a radio tower. I figure we might as well spend this episode learning a bit more about Timber Hearth, because we went to Outer Rock last time. So this episode we'll check out some more of Timber Hearth, which we were kind of in the process of when we you know, died in a supernova. Oh, it looks like there might be something in the woods over there too. Let's investigate that first. Apparently there's an unidentified signal nearby. How nearby is nearby? Oh, it's the radio. Okay. We'll investigate that presently. I want to see what's in here. This looks kind of fun. Oh, somebody's camp. Despite my checking on them at least 1,000 times over, the images are still not ready to print over in the radio tower. It's like they say, a watch satellite never transmits data. Haha, that's a little joke for you, Journal. Nobody says that. Someday I'll have to study the mechanics of how time manages to slow to a syrupy crawl whenever I'm anticipating something. In the meantime, I've turned to Gabbro, our resident expert, and leisurely whiling away the hours, who recommends the following. Gabbro's foolproof steps to dozing off. Light a nice cozy campfire and get comfortable. Gaze deeply into the serene warmth. Let time begin to slip away as you allow the flames to lull you into a peaceful slumber. If Gabbro knew I'd taken notes, they'd probably think I'd finally cracked, but I refuse to accept sass from an astronaut who deliberately burns their marshmallows. Alright. So does that mean, yeah, okay, I can pass the time. Presumably it'll take you to the next loop. Is there anything else of note here? Doesn't look like it. Still, a nice cozy little camp in a cozy little glade. I like it. Let's see if there's anything in the inside the radio tower. I didn't see if there were any notes on like or any indication of who wrote those. Probably Hornfels or something. Satellite angle 248 degrees. Satellite angle 350 degrees. This is probably relative to the plane of the system. 40 degrees. What? Okay, so that's Timber Hearth and Addle Rock. I don't see anything unusual in these pictures, besides the quantum moon, which that's hardly unexpected. But this one, at an angle of 40 degrees, that shouldn't be there. That's interesting. Oh. Is that related at all, I wonder? No, I thought maybe that was like one of these little dangly bits, but it doesn't look like it. Satellite angle 137 degrees. If I had to guess, I would say that's likely to be Feldspar. If they were to do something silly like that, it would be them. And we're recording. It's been 2 days since the launch of the Deep Space Satellite, and I'm about to view the first batch of photos. Let the record show that on this historic day, the Outer Wilds Ventures has... they're printing, here they come. Stars above, will you look at that? There's Brittle Hollow, and look there, that's Hollow's lantern. And there's Giant Steep, and the Quantum Moon. I am speechless, completely speechless. Every single astral body in our magnificent solar system looking stunning from every angle in each of these 3 images. And in color, no less. Now this is art. I could stare at these photos forever. Doesn't Timber Hearth look tiny from... Hold on. What is that? That can't be right. I mean, that's not even possible. Am I interpreting this photo correctly? It's even stranger that it doesn't show up in either of the other photos, just this one. Yeah, it's talking about the transiting object there. Well, there must have been an equipment malfunction, I suppose. Only sensible explanation for it. I'll radio Gabbro and ask them to go examine the satellite's lens for defects. Ah, it's Gabbro. Right. So this is Gabbro investigating the satellite. That's interesting. Okay. So, a new unidentified phenomenon. Radio tower and deep space radio. So, deep space radio is the frequency then, I guess. Oh, that's just centering back in on that. Okay. Presumably, that will also help lock me out of the probe. Maybe the probe is a good place to investigate. I don't know. Since we're here on Timber Hearth, let's see if we can find another lock for the deep space radio signal. Right, so there's the tower. It's on a pretty high plane relative to the system. Also, I found the roll mechanic. You have to hold R and then tilt the stick. So yes, there is one. Ah, there we go. Let's go check out what I'm almost certain is the probe. See if there's anything worth investigating here. Actually, will it even let us? Maybe that's a little too far outside the system. Maybe not, though. Lets you go pretty far. Glad it lets you lock onto that. That would be kind of a pain. There is another, like, secret probe that you can find that I actually did find after. There's a way to skip the who's it? The statue, which lets you basically take advantage of the fact that the loops don't start until you activate the statue and just kind of explore around for a while. Unidentified signal. Oh, it's the satellite. It's on the same frequency, but we haven't identified the satellite. Oh, let's gentle our way over. But like I was saying, I activated that glitch, and ooh, you know what? My ship is drifting away. Let's go ahead and sync up the velocity. I activated the glitch, and I found some of the super secret Easter eggs. And they were pretty cool. And among them was a secret satellite that's a reference to Voyager. Whoops. Derpadoo. Okay. So let's investigate. I wonder if there's an achievement for knocking this thing out of orbit. Gabbro here, checking in on the Deep Space Satellite per ground control's request to check out a possible equipment problem. See, Hornfells, I do too work. You know, I wouldn't mind being a satellite. It's peaceful out here among the distant stars and the soft, velvety darkness. But it's awfully nice for naps, too. Oh, right, the lens. Alright, little satellite, let's see what the trouble is. Everything looks A-okay, ground control. No dust or scratches on the lens, and no evidence of sparking or violent explosions. Guess that rules out an equipment malfunction after all. Hear that, pal? You're in great shape. Keep up the good work out here. Okay. I noticed there's a little display on the satellite. Ah, that's the angle. Right. Anything else of note? I'm not seeing anything. Alright, cool. Yeah. Alright. Let's check our rumors log and see if maybe there's something I didn't piece together. No, oh dear. Okay. Radio tower. Radio tower designed to receive... Oops. Several photos of the entire solar system hanging on the walls. Hornfels noticed something strange in one of the photos, but concluded the equipment malfunction was the only sensible explanation. Okay, but nothing from the probe itself, by the looks. So, that's interesting. Know my mind ore from this site, form a protective shell, physically seal off the central chamber inside Ash Twin. Once the shell was finished, then know my check to ensure there were no longer any physical entrances or cracks. Right? Okay. Central chamber, oops, dang it. Inside Ash Twin was physically sealed off by an immensely thick protective shell. Okay, that's telling us go and visit Ash Twin later. Sounds good. We will go and visit later. What? Oh, that's a supernova. I guess, I don't know. Are there any other matches? That's just Timber Hearth again. We'll let the autopilot take us back And I'll sweep for any more deep space radio. No, I think we're good. What else was there to explore on Timber Hearth? We went to the mines. There was an underground cavern as well. Maybe there's something there? I also have a hypothesis about the... Like, I'm super confused now, because remember when I saw the thing in the sky and was super confused about it and was, like, actually not at all sure what it was? Apparently I hadn't installed the Echoes of the Eye expansion yet, because only when I booted it up this time did it actually give me those warnings, and seemed to indicate that it was, in fact, installed. But I don't know what that could have been, if not the thing in the trailer. That if you've seen the trailer, it was very obvious what I'm talking about. But I don't know. I'm a little confused about that. But what I was getting at was that I have a hypothesis. Oh, I should have refueled my jetpack. I have a hypothesis as to how it happened, because I noticed that it disappeared when we oh no, stop. It disappeared when I retrieved my probe from the seed. I mean, it was in the seed on Timber Hearth, but specifically it was in Dark Bramble. So I bet that has to do with Dark Bramble. Yeah, translate it, please. There we go. After closer observation, mining site 2A wouldn't be safe for the native life dwelling in some of this cave's pools, so, unfortunately, we'll have to mine some of the other sites. There are a few other cave sites that look promising. What about Site 2B? It shares similar formations and strata. This sounds promising. Will you and your mentor investigate? If mining Site 2B proves safe for this native species, we'll move our work there. Site 2B is safe. Coley says we'll continue to monitor our activity and its effect on life here. On the opposite hand, new life. This species is semi-aquatic and very hardy. The ecosystem here is quite robust, so I believe they'll thrive in the long run. Be cautious near the pools if you visit 2A to meet them. I was watching them once during a rest, and the hours escaped from me. They're fascinating. I wonder what their fourth eye does. Probably sees things. They remind me of a subterranean species my mentor, Melore, once told me about, from when our clan used to travel across the universe. I imagine she would have enjoyed these life forms greatly. Alright, so they started mining maybe in here? Or around here? And decided to move to that other mining site because they found us. They found the Hearthians. Or at least a very primitive form of the Hearthians. That's not the way. I do not know the way. Here is the way. Yeah, so this will take me all over the planet. Let's see, there appears to be some rubbish. Nothing much of note. Can't refuel with that. Unfortunate, but it makes sense. Okay, where's the exit chasm? I believe this is it. Whoop! I did not want this. It's fine, we'll just drop back in. Alright. No! Oh, this could get dicey. Okay, we're good. No more? Okay, we're good. Alright. Anything in here? Doesn't look like it, although we are at the South Pole now. Let's investigate the caverns. And then we'll, oops, this is the way I came in. We'll head on over to the South Pole to see if there's anything there worth checking out. Ah, okay. Now we're back where we started. Okay, let's head back to the ship. What? What is... Oh, that's the Addle Rock Shadow. I'm super paranoid of shadows now because I still don't know what that thing was. Ow! Okay. Refill health and fuel, please. I think the South Pole was... Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Let me get my bearings first, and then we'll head on over. Okay, this is heading towards the South Pole. Good. Little river on the surface. That's lovely. I'm not seeing anything. I guess I probably passed the pole itself. Yeah, okay. Well, let's go and investigate on foot then. Because there was a geyser there. And so maybe there's something there worth checking out. Ow! I didn't think that was that high. Ah! It's the Quantum Grove. Whoopsies! Well, that's a pain. Literally, in this case. I wonder if I can get back up by scaling the walls. Not easily. Okay. Well, I think the sun's going to go supernova relatively soon anyway. I think I'm content in assuming that we have explored Timber Hearth. Like, we've seen what there is to see here. So, let's start making for some other planets. In fact, before we leave, I want to see... I want to test my hypothesis about... I want to shoot a probe into the seedling here, and then see if we can get the... oops, nope, that's not the one I wanted. See if we can get the thing to reappear, the whatever it was. But first, we'll need to find the crater. Somewhat ironically, I think Timber Hearth is one of the planets I'm least familiar with, as in, I can't find my way around, because I usually find my way around with landmarks, but it actually doesn't have too many landmarks aside from geysers that all look pretty similar to each other. Maybe if I go a little farther away. Oh, here we go. Come on. Land smoothly. There we go. Not bad. Cool. So we've got that in. We've got that in the Dark Bramble. That's the White Hole Station. Problem is, we're kind of at the end of the loop, so most of the stars have already died. It's a little hard to spot the thing, because I spotted it last time with a backdrop of stars. But hopefully, I think there might still be enough that it's not hopeless. Let's try and stay within the plane of the system and see if we can spot it coming in at a weird angle. I'm seeing some empty spaces, but they look. Oh, is that it? I think that's it. You can see it occulting stars. Like watch this star here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I might have started it too close to the loop, or to the end of the loop. Let's watch it for a bit, see what happens. Is it still moving? I can't tell what happened. Yeah, look at that. You see that? It definitely disappeared. Oh well. Nothing to do but die. That's weird. Okay. But so far I would consider that evidence of my hypothesis, that it seems to be related to having a probe in um, the Dark Bramble. And I don't know. I think we've started our investigation off fairly well. We've, as far as I can tell, basically done everything that there is to see on Timber Hearth. Um, Next time, I'm thinking let's go to Giant's Deep and talk to Gabbro and investigate what's going on with the statues. On the next episode, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go to Giant's Deep. So yeah, until then, I'll see you later.